Hello everyone. We are Segmah. My name is Chris.
My name is Ken.
Allison.
Shufi.
You.
Ella.
We have been given the sub-theme of education. So you might be wondering, how can we relate that to the overarching theme of embracing unity and valuing diversity? Well, we decided to focus on access to education. More importantly, the unequal allocation of resources for education, the Asian expectations of their children, and finally, how elitism is affecting our education.
Okay, I will talk about the unequal resources between rural and urban areas. And the inequality in education in China becomes sharper. And the reasons are as follows. Firstly, China has large territory. So, the economic development from east to west is not balanced, such as that in rural and urban areas. And because financial reasons, good schools and good facilities are concentrated in the cities, so kids in the cities in the western and southern China can receive excellent education. And secondly, teachers in the cities can convenient to get training, since relevant education institutions, and they can attract people to stay in urban city. And most excellent teachers will working in the urban schools, so kids can get best quality education. The thirdly is families in the urban areas have stable income, so they can let their children to have good education. But to the pastors, they are not. They have wrong opinions. They think their children should work instead of going to school. And I have some solutions. One is the government allocates more resources to rural areas. And the other is that online classes is a good method to solve the problems of time and locations. For example, MOOC, massive online open classes. And this can solve problems of time and locations. And the Chinese government is promoting the program, and students from different locations can receive different education resources online, and they have no choice, can choose the suitable courses.
Next, I will talk about difference between private school and public school. In education, we have some problems. One problem is the unbalanced of education between private school and public school. This problem is created by the lack of resources. The lack of resources include first, school budget, second, basic facilities, third, human resources. For example, there are less teachers in public school, and teachers in public school are in harsh condition. And last, time of studying. Private school offer a longer schedule and more after-school program. Students in private school can take enough resources, while students in public school have the lack of resources. This condition is not equal. Students in public school cannot take enough resources, and this led low-income and minority students. So most elites generate from private school. This causes elitism. To solve the imbalance of education, the government should unite the resources and each school share equally. By doing so, every student can take multicultural and diverse education.
So, since it was mentioned, what exactly is elitism? First off, elites are a group of people who are superior in their ability or skill. And elitism is a concept that promotes the growth of these elites. So, in elitism, there are two sides of the spectrum. The first side being low SES or socio-economic status, and the other side being high SES or high socio-economic status. So, the concept of elitism can be broken down with this equation. High socio-economic status, SES, equals to higher income. So means that they afford better resources as they are able to earn enough money. So for example, people with high SES can afford more expensive tuition. This is proven by a study in Singapore, in which 4 out of 10 people in 6 top primary schools live in HDBs, which is actually a form of housing which is considered to be relatively cheaper, while the national average is actually 8 out of 10. This means that they're able to have more opportunities, for example, to contribute to society or to further their potential. So naturally, the government will support this notion and dedicate more resources to the elite. As such, for the non-elite, they dedicate less resources to them. This equation can also be used for low SES, households with low SES. So, low SES equals to lower income, so they may not be able to afford the best resources, which means that they have less opportunities. So as such, this diversity in SES leads to a gap of social status, because this is extremely unfair to households who have low SES.
So the gap between the high SES family and the low SES family become larger since the education resources are not balanced. The students from the low SES will be discouraged by the elite, which are the students from the high SES family, and then they will have a wrong mindset that no matter how hard they work, their resources and opportunities will be limited. So they will be unwilling to work hard for themselves. And the problems for the high SES students is that they might be unwilling to help the low SES students because they might think they are more superior, even they have more advantage than the low SES family. So this will cause the problem that two segregated groups are not willing to work and cooperate with each other. In short, pressure and expectations from teachers, peers, and the society will set a wrong mindset in students' mind.
So another thing that's been mentioned is the Asian expectation. Now, of course, as a parent, you want the very best for your child. So what's wrong with wanting your child to be in the top of the top profession, with a stable job, with a stable income, and happy? Well, what if the child doesn't want that? Granted, you are paying their fees, but is that fair? The STEM profession stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This has been dubbed as the ideal profession by many groups and cultures. However, it's almost a stereotype now that Asian families want their child to be the best. Is that a problem? Well, you would think not. However, this graph would say differently. Now, I know it is way too close to lunch for a graph, but I like it, so we'll move on. This dotted line here, this is the income. Now, we all like income because it's nice, it gives us money, it gives us pocket money. However, you see this here? This is the supply of labor. This is the people graduating. This is you. This is you coming out of high school, coming out of university saying, look, Mum, I got a degree. This one here, notice the one at the end. This is what happens when more and more people come out of university with the same degree in the same area. There's more of you, so you're moving to the right. However, D hasn't moved at all. What's going on? The number of jobs in this area has not moved a significant amount. So all of a sudden you go from E, everyone having a job, everyone's happy, V, everyone who doesn't want a job, doesn't have a job. What's wrong with that? Well, nasty U has appeared. No one likes you. U stands for involuntary unemployment. This means you might want a job, but you don't have a job. This is unfortunate because everyone wants a job, and if this is meant to be the top profession in the top area, well, you should get a job, right? Well, if everyone's pushing for the same area, and the demand of jobs is not increasing, this is what will happen. So the problem is a narrow definition of success. Success is not getting into a STEM profession. Granted, that's amazing, cool, good work. But there are other areas that can further your life and give you maybe a stable income, maybe happiness. Isn't that important? So a non-diverse type of job coming out of tertiary education. Not all jobs are in STEM. For example, arts and culture. They are very, very important. If you want to be a musician, if you want to be an artist, good on you. Go do that. That is cool. That is nice. Don't give in to the pressure that you have to be in the STEM profession. Not only that, but families can take out huge amounts of money from the bank just to ensure that you can get into university. This can cause all kinds of problems, family agitations for just the simple lack of money trying to provide for your students. So we need to embrace this. We need to have a diverse amount of jobs and a diverse type of jobs in our society for everyone to live along happy and to be in harmony.
So, what have we talked about for the last 10 or so minutes? We talked about having the difference between rural and urban areas, difference between a private school and a public school, as well as the difference in opportunities given to those in the elite and the not elite. Here are 6 words that we have chosen to represent our idea of unity as well as diversity. On the first day of this convention, we were tasked with choosing such words that resonate deeply with us for this year's theme of embracing diversity and valuing unity. The words we have chosen are cohesion, harmony, acceptance, exchange, unique, and difference. So how does this all come back to the idea of access to education? The very fact that both, or all, that the rural areas, urban areas, private schools and public schools, opportunities, as well as the high demand of jobs. All of these represent an imbalance in our society, an imbalance that shouldn't be there because everyone should be united as a cohesive and in a harmonious society for it to work properly. So, what are the solutions? Throughout our presentation, we've been talking non-stop about all the problems, the issues that we have found in our education system in the Asia-Pacific region. The truth is, there is no most correct solution. There is no perfect solution to this problem as of now. The APYLC, the Asia-Pacific Youth Leaders Convention, the purpose of this convention is for us as young leaders to lead the future generation, raising awareness on this issue. This is what the purpose of our presentation is mainly about, is to make sure that everyone in this room, in this audience, we make sure that you understand the issues of the global society right now. Because issues that people are not getting enough resources, they're not getting enough opportunities, yes, they exist in the society right now. And us, as young leaders, it is our duty and our responsibility to lead the future generation for progress and improvements in the society. Thank you.